world. So before I start this video, I just want you guys I want to let you guys know that I don't want you dumping down my throat because of what I'm about to discuss. I know how bad this is. I understand that, it could, if I were to have this virus or whatever it is, and I touch someone that's, in their 50s or 60s or 70s or 80s, it could be more fatal to someone like that because they're not as healthy because, they're older in age. I completely understand that. But where you have to understand is where I'm coming from in this. Look, and I guarantee you, every single young person out there, even if you do, and trust me when I say this, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. I understand how dangerous this virus is. I understand that. And I know how bad it could be if you have a child and you have this virus and you could be quarantined from your children and stuff like that. If they're very young, if they're like anywhere from birth until about a year old or 2 years old or 3 years old, how that could affect the child. I understand all of that stuff. But what I'm saying is that sooner or later, whether it's now or a week from now, or if it's still going on 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or even a month from now, people are going to lose their minds, even if they haven't already lost their minds, by staying at home and doing absolutely nothing. Whether they're, because they want to make money, or they want to go out and watch a movie, or they want to go out and talk with their friends and communicate, because you can't physically communicate with someone just through Facebook or just through Twitch or just through anything, or Instagram or anything like that. You want to be able to see people in person. And I know it's dangerous. I don't want you jumping down my throat because I'm saying it's not dangerous enough. I understand how dangerous this coronavirus is. I see all the stories. I read everything about how you're supposed to wash your hands and stay as clean as possible. That's perfectly fine. What I'm saying in this video has nothing to do with that. I mean, it does, because you're in quarantine or you have to stay in your homes. Look, all I'm trying to say is that human beings on this planet, if they're going to have to stay in their house for extended period of time, whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, however long it is, if they're going to have to stay in their house for that long, they're going to be crazy when this virus doesn't have an effect on people as much after, the whole thing is done. Don't get me misconstrued. I understand everything that everyone said about how dangerous this virus is and how fatal it can be for older human beings on this planet, whether you're 50 to 100. But if you're, in your 40s, 30s, 20s, from 10 to 40, it may not have as much of an effect as people who are in their human beings that are in their 50s, their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And I'm not saying it's just like the flu. That is not what I'm saying at all. This is a very serious issue for anyone who's over the age of 50, and even anyone from under the age of 10 that could get this, and it could affect them more. What my point in this video is that even though, everyone's going out there to grocery stores and getting toilet paper and hand sanitizer and soap and all of this stuff and water and all of this stuff, I get that because you want to stay safe. I understand the whole point of staying safe. And I've been through a lot of different bad things. In my lifetime, we've had the Ebola virus, we've had SARS, we've had, I don't know, anything you can think of that could be possibly be fatal to someone, you know, that you love, or things of that nature. That's not what this video is about. This video is about what's going to happen in another 2 or 3 weeks when this thing is still happening and we're stuck in our own little rooms and we have nothing to do. We have absolutely nothing to do because we're bored, or we don't know what to do because of all this hoop. I don't want to say it's hoopla because it's very real and it's very serious. People are going to lose their minds if they haven't already lost their minds because they've been stuck in their house with nothing to do and no one to see because of this virus. I know how dangerous it is. I know how serious this virus is. But what I'm saying is not it's already driving me crazy not being able to go outside and see a movie or go outside and do things that I normally would do outside in the real world. And it's gonna drive us to dying. I'm not saying like we are gonna commit suicide or anything like that. It's just gonna drive us to the point where we're not gonna be able to come back from that insanity of staying in a room with absolutely nothing to do. Nothing to do. I understand we can watch Netflix and we can watch things on Netflix and watch YouTube videos and watch movies and watch TV shows and stuff like that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the interaction. And I know it's serious, I know it's dangerous. I'm going to keep saying that. It's just we're not going to be seeing people when we can actually go back outside and do things in the outside world because of how crazy we're going to be when this is all said and done. When this virus isn't a factor anymore. And that's just me. I don't know how everyone else is going to feel about this. I don't want you to think that I'm being insensitive or anything like that. I'm just saying, we're going to go crazy if we have to spend extended periods of time in our rooms, in our houses, where there's absolutely, very little or nothing to do. Because that's what we're going to be. We're going to be the ones that lose our sanity, if you will. Because we're stuck in a place for an extended period of time where there's very little to do. That's just me though. I'm still gonna go see movies. It may not be, packed theaters or anything like that. I know that movies have been pushed back because of this virus. I know that events have been canceled because of this virus. I know events have been postponed because of this virus. I know anything Disney related, whether it's the Disneyland park, the Disney World parks, the ones that are overseas in Japan and in Paris and other places, are all going to be closed down. There's going to be literally nothing left for us to do except for lose our sanities, sitting in a room, in our rooms, in our houses. That's all I'm going to say. Because we're in a confined space. We have nothing. We're going to have claustrophobia when this is all over. There's going to be nothing left for our sanities once this virus is, run its course. And who knows how long it's going to take. I'm just saying this, and don't shoot the guy that has an opinion on this. But let's be realistic. We're going to lose our sanities because of staying in a confined space for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks periods of times where we won't have that communication with someone in person. We won't be able to have that, going to movies or, going to grocery stores or doing things outside that we normally would do, like taking our dogs or pets out for walks, things like that. If that makes any sense, I hope you guys understand my point of view from this thing, and I hope you understand that hopefully we won't lose our sanity, but I have a feeling we are. We're going to be insane, we're going to be crazy, we're going to be wild. It's not going to be a fun experience these next so many weeks. And if you have a job and they close the doors because there's, nothing left for us to do, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for all those kids out there who won't be able to get an education because of the doors closing at schools. And I'm sure you can do online schooling and stuff like that. It's just going to drive us insane. That's just the honest to God truth. At least that's what I think the truth is going to be, is that we're not going to be sane when we have to be sitting in our rooms, sitting in our houses for 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, whatever, how many weeks it takes for this virus to run its course and just completely disappear. That's just my opinion. You don't have to listen to it. I'm just stating something that I believe will happen because of this virus. And I know everyone's probably going to get sick of all these YouTubers talking about it, the media talking about it, all of it. So, with that being said, I will see you tomorrow with a brand spanking new vlog. Y'all know the drill. Bye-bye.